Hey guys, what's up? Enderas here again. Here to make another EVE Online video, continuing my series of the Angel combat sites in my Stratios. Now, if you watched my video uploaded last week, you'll know we did the most basic, the Angel Hideaway, and this week still the Stratios is very much overkill, but we're going to have a go at the Angel Hidden Hideaway. So I'll just give you a quick look at my fit, which will also be linked in the description. Just so you got a quick see, this is mostly exploration. You can see I've got the relic and data stuff. These are the rigs: capacitor upgrade, armor, explosive pump, obviously Covert II, 3 lasers, and my probe launcher. Then I've got a prop mod, tracking link, and a web. Makes the frigates easy to kill. Armor repairer, steel plates, drone damage amplifier, damage control 2, and adaptive nano membrane. So armor tanked, and I use drones. As you can see in here, I've got hobs and hammerheads for when I do drone sites and when I was living in sanctuary space. And I've got some wardens again for sniping, and I got some hornets when I moved over to angel space, but because of they do kinetic damage. But I'm wondering about going to pick up some warriors instead, as they do the explosive damage, which I think is what angels are most susceptible to. So that's something I'll be looking at this week. Maybe go pick up a few of those for the next couple of sites. So we'll warp into the site now. Like I say, the Stratios is very much overkill for this site. It's one of the most basic ones that you can do. It is the next one up from the Angel Hideaway, because we're doing the Hidden Hideaway. It's more difficult, quite a lot more difficult than the regular Hideaway, so it's worth bearing in mind if you're just doing this in a frigate. But drop my MTU, get my Hornets out. We've landed quite a long way from the pirates, so they'll come to us. But I take out the sentry gun first with my drones, nice and quick, and it spawns another wave. But because the Stratios is too strong for this, you don't have to do anything sensible. It doesn't matter what order you kill things, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about moving around or anything. You can see how quickly your drones dispatch the frigates. Yeah, just instant killing. You do have to keep an eye on your drones on this one. They will get targeted, so if I bring that one back in, I like to go for the frigates first, as they're the ones that are most likely to kill your drones. But you can do this in any order you like. He's back in, so hopefully they'll start targeting me and not my other drones. There you go, see all the yellow boxes coming on, they're targeting me. So I'll throw him back out, while in fact they have started targeting one of my other drones, so bring him back in. There are cruisers on this, so you know, if you're in a smaller ship, the damage might stack up quite a bit. I should have finished him off, but I'd already swapped. I'll finish him off now. But especially when they start so far away, you see I haven't been hit by a single shot yet. Well, okay, I'm on 99% shield. This site isn't proving at all difficult. The sites do get, so this is the Hideaway, has 4 different levels. It's fairly unique. I think there's the level 5 sites also have different levels, so I think possibly the ports. But the hideaways, you've got the hideaway, the hidden hideaway, then the forsaken hideaway, then the forlorn hideaway, and I'll be doing a video on each of those as well, and they get progressively harder. They're quite a lot more challenging than, say, the Sancho Refuge, probably. I'd say the forlorn and forsaken are harder than the Sancho Refuge, which is the 3rd level or 4th level, 3rd level I think, of the pirate sites. So this was worth bearing well when you go into them. And the drone aggro is annoying, so because you can see the frigates and destroyers haven't picked up aggro from them yet. You'll see they probably target my drones, and they have again. So that's just something to be aware of while you're out there, because obviously these sites aren't worth very much money. So if you lose a Tech 2 drone, that eats heavily into your profits and gets quite annoying. You can see that frigs are worth 7-ish thousand, destroyers 12-ish, and the cruisers 37. That's all you can really expect to get at this level. You'll notice, because they've all been so far away, I haven't even used my weapons yet on my ship. Now that the cruiser's in close, I'll just do a little bit of damage with that, but like I say, the Stratios' main damage is the drones. So yeah, these don't add much. And actually, I've probably got the wrong crystal installed at the moment, because it's doing EM and thermal still, legacy from when I was in Sancha. I need to change that. But like I say, it's very easy. I'm armor tanked, and they haven't even got anywhere near breaking my shield. So I haven't moved, I haven't done anything clever or sensible on this. So yeah. If you're in your frigate or a destroyer, you'll need to speed tank, because if you're getting hit, it probably would hurt. So you need to fly around, move around a lot, orbit them from close range, that sort of thing. So yeah. What I have noticed, and I'd be interested if any of you guys could let me know in the comments whether you're seeing the same thing, is for the last, I'd say maybe month, I've been running quite a lot of sites, because I do this fairly regularly. I'll run up to 10 sites a day, not very many, but 10 a day. I've not had a single escalation in the last month. Does anyone know if CCP have changed anything? Do escalations not happen anymore? Are they really, really rare now? Do they just not happen in high sec? Anything like that. If you guys know of anything, please let me know in the comments, because that'd be very useful. At the moment, I'm starting to feel like I'm wasting my time, as pirate drops seem much rarer, and like I say, I haven't had a single escalation in a long time. So these lower level high sec sites really don't seem worthwhile anymore. Now hopefully this site proves me wrong, because it's on video and we get an escalation at the end of it and all is sorted, but who knows, we probably won't. You can see that even though obviously the site's very easy and I'm going through it quickly, killing all the ships very quickly, it still takes a while. There's a few waves. When been in the site probably 8 minutes now, so that's quite a long time. And obviously, because it's a long distance away, it takes a long time for the mobile tractor unit to pull in all of the wrecks. So, as I always do, I'm gonna, for the videos, I'm going to loot the wreck, salvage the wrecks as well as loot them, just so that you can have an impression of exactly the level of loot that you can expect to earn. But it's 50-50 whether I bother doing this, especially when you're so far away, because it takes a long time for them to be dragged in. and so this will become quite time consuming. So if you don't want to sit through me doing all the salvaging, if you skip forward to the last minute or so of the video, you'll get to see how much salvage I've made and what loot was in my MTU when it pulled all the wrecks in. So if you want to skip ahead, please feel free. I'll just be pulling in some wrecks, salvaging them for the time being. Now you'll notice the salvage does go pretty quickly when you've got the 5 different salvage drones. I've got relatively good salvaging skills. I think I'm at salvaging 4, which I think each level does 10% to your... no, 100%. What is it? Let me just go and check. Where's it going to be? Resource processing? No. Salvaging, yeah. 100% increase in the chance of retrieval per level. So at level 4, obviously there's a 400% increase in your chances of each salvage being successful. So at this point, it's pretty quick. I mentioned last week, and I'll just mention it again this week, if you guys want me to do any other videos, at the moment mostly around high-sec and PvE or mining, let me know and I'll have a look. I'm planning to do a Orca build video where we go from scratch. Probably just be sourcing the BPOs because I don't have the money to buy the BPOs for them yet, sourcing the BPCs, blueprint copies that is, because I don't have the money to do the blueprint originals at this stage. Not super wealthy. But yeah, we'll go from getting the BPCs, mining the raw materials, then making each what they call parts for the ship, and then coming together and building the ship in total. Should take quite a long time, but it's quite a fun thing to have achieved at the end of it. So if anyone's interested in seeing how that will work, and obviously for newer players it's a good way to learn how to do industry and construction and that side of it. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. Yeah, you can see, if I can move out the sun, that we've overtaken the mobile tractor unit, so now my drones are salvaging wrecks a long way away. This will increase the time a little bit because the salvage drones aren't very fast, so they fly out there pretty slowly. But we're getting there. Only a few wrecks left now. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are getting there. You can see actually salvaging takes a pretty good estimate is to expect the salvage to take about as long as the site took to run when you're in a ship like the Stratios at this level. Because obviously the site doesn't take very long, maybe 8 minutes, and we're already up to nearly 5 minutes of salvaging because they're all just small wrecks. But it can, if you're new to the game, salvaging can be pretty lucrative. You can see I've already pulled in 500,000, and that's just from 5 minutes extra work. And obviously it's very safe. We're in high sec, all the rats are dead, no one's likely to come and kill you, because actually the site despawns as soon as you kill all the rats. No one can get here anymore unless they physically scan you down with combat probes. So even if you were to do this in low sec or null sec or wormhole space, for example, once you've killed all the rats, the site despawns, and the only way people can find you is with combat probes. So then you'd keep an eye on your D-scan, and if you saw any combat probes in here, you'd realise people were looking for you, and then you'd make yourself safe. So this is a very safe venture. This actually a safe way to make money is salvaging wrecks. Just 2 left, so let's go get those. You go there, you go there, and you can go to that one. The MTU is pulling in the containers of the loot that's dropped from when I successfully salvage a wreck over there. So we're nearly done. It's probably doing the same on this video, I will check, but I noticed when I rewatched my video from last week that the fan on my laptop, I've got a pretty pathetic setup. I've got quite a nice laptop, but it's overworked, and I'm obviously just on a pretty basic headset at the moment because YouTube isn't my occupation, as you probably would have guessed. So I have discovered that I could hear the laptop fan coming through the microphone into the speaker, so I'll need to look at doing something about that. But obviously I'm not going to invest in nicer kit and things until a much later date. So at the moment I need to find a workaround for how to get my laptop fans to not be quite so loud through the microphone. Okay, the salvaging is done. Drones are on their way back. This last one's carrying a bit of salvage. The last container is being dragged in by the MTU. There we go, salvage drones away. Stack everything in here. These are worth very little, so if you take them out of the equation, they're worth 31. Take them out of the equation, got nearly 900,000 just from 8 minutes of salvaging. That's not bad. And as the last container comes in, we'll have a look at what's in the MTU. Anything good? Nah, not really. At the end of the world, 328,000. Just lots of little bits. Any of them? That's 145, so that's half the value by itself. And as you can see, as I was complaining about earlier, and would be really interested to hear from any of you, no escalation, no pirate, elite, sentient, or the sentience drones. I can't remember what they are in Angel Space. None of that. So to continue my very poor run of luck, if it's still possible to get escalations. Stack all that, and before my MTU comes in, 1.26 million from that site. That's before bounties. Schemes cargo hold. So not bad for 15 minutes work. Okay guys, well thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it informative. Sorry this one runs a bit longer, but this will be about average probably until we get onto some of the tougher sites in low sec, like the port. This should be fairly standard. My plan is also, there you go, there's the bounty, another 363,000. My plan is to also do some signatures, Angel combat sites, and if people are interested, I'll show them some data sites or relic sites and how to run those. But in the meantime, please let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed it, please like, please subscribe if you're interested, and more of these will be forthcoming. I'm going to try to release one every Wednesday, so keep an eye for that. And yeah, thanks very much guys. I'll catch you all next week. Cheers.